In the last lesson, we learned how to add contours to our site plan in Photoshop, and in this lesson we're going to learn how to add a grass texture to our site plan that is photorealistic and going to be looking smick-o. Let's get into it. If you'd like to watch all the other 40 plus lessons available, as well as gain access to all the course files and 50 bonus textures and PNG trees you can use for your own site plans, check out the full Photoshop site course on my website. The link is down in the description below. Now the next step, if we go back to this original file, you can see that there's a grass layer on it. So let's find out how we can create this grass layer. As you can see, there's different highlighted spots and there's some shadowed spots and some darker spots. So let's figure out how to do that. If we go back to our file, and this is a good reminder to now save your work. You don't want to lose your work. I've done it a lot of times. I'm sure you have too. I'm actually going to turn off this stroke because I like it a little bit more subtle. Let's go find some grass textures. If you're on the website watching this course, then all the material textures are in the video description below, so check that out. So I'm going to import my grass texture. I've just chosen something that's not too green, something that's a little bit dry because this isn't, the greenest area. It's going to look realistic. I'm going to just scale it down to a scale that looks pretty realistic because that's a bit too big at the moment. And I'm going to just start copying this over and overlapping them. I select both of them by holding Shift and selecting the other one. And then by holding Alt, I can actually then copy that over. And I'm just going to use the arrow key to nudge it over a little bit. I'm going to select all of these layers. I'm going to keep copying them over. And then all I have to do is just keep holding Alt and then keep dragging them over. Now I'm going to just select all of these layers we just made, which is a lot of them, and I'm going to go Control G to group them. I'm just going to call that grass. Now we're looking to get this highlight and shadowed effect on it, and this is going to be depending on, if we look at the Google Earth image, and we check this to 100%, you can kind of see where some of these highlighted spots are and where some of the darker spots are. So we're going to kind of use this as a template. So this is just looking at Google Earth. You can look up your site on Google Earth and it will show you an image just like this. And all you have to do is then take a screenshot of it and scale it out to the same scale as your contours. And you can do that by using your original contour image and then just overlaying that on top of the Google Earth image as well. And now you've got a base template. And what you can actually do is lower this opacity to 15% if you'd like to as well. And this will also then give it, a bit more of an effect on your site plan. Anyways, we're going to just hide that layer for now, and we're going to then try and create some of these highlight and shadowed spots. So going back to our other file, I'm actually not liking how unseamless this texture is, so I'm going to just scale this up quite a bit. And it might look a little bit funny. Yeah, it looks a little bit funny, doesn't it? So what I'm actually going to do is now delete this layer. I didn't like how bad quality that was, so I'm going to import it again. And this is the original scale of it. I'm just going to go a little bit bigger than before. I feel like if we just use a couple of these, it won't look as bad. And what you can also do is just click Control T, and then we're going to flip this horizontally. And that might make it look a little bit more seamless. And then I'm just going to copy the rest of these over again. There we go, that looks a little bit more better. It doesn't look like it's at the right scale, but this should look fine once we overlay some of the other things as well. So I'm going to go ahead, select them all, and then merge them all as well. So let's create some of these highlighted spots, but first I'm going to drop this layer below the contours so we can see where the contours are. And then using what it's called is the dodge or the burn tool. I just pressed O there and it will bring up either one, but you can also just hold down the left click button on your extra tools here and you've got the dodge tool and the burn tool. So we're first going to use the dodge tool. I'm just going to bring up the size of this brush using the brackets, and I'm just going to paint over the entire layer. And as you can see, this burn tool is actually just creating, a darker shadow over the entire site plan. But what you can then do inversely is use the dodge tool, and this will bring up some of the highlights. So in this area here, I'm just going to paint over that, and as you can see, it's bringing up the highlights. But I also don't like how dark that made the entire plan, so I'm going to go Control Z and go back. I'm going to use the burn tool, and I might just go around the edges and just darken up some of these spots. And then If we look back here, we can see that it's darker up the top here. Around some of the sides here, it runs through there. So I'm just going to copy where that goes. So up the top, it's a little bit darker, and it kind of just runs through like this. As you can see, that's already giving it a little bit of depth. So now we're going to grab the dodge tool, and we're going to brighten up some of those areas that were a little bit lighter than before. This is going to be experimentation. You don't have to get this perfect. Just have a play around with it and see what you can make look good. Give it a little bit more burn up the top, around the sides a bit. It's too much, so I'm just going to lower this. Just go around the sides a little bit. Give it a bit of a vignette, for those of you that know what a vignette is. Again, too much. You can actually drop this exposure. I'm going to drop it to 20%, and that's going to make it a little bit lighter. So it's not so harsh then. And you can sort of follow the contours as well, because some of these contours are going to be a bit darker. Might just follow them. There we go. I quite like that. So then you're going to bring in your Google Earth image. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's quite simple. Take a screenshot of Google Earth and then just scale it up to the right scale. And so I'm just going to overlay that over the top of it at 15%. And this just gives it a bit more character, and you can kind of see where all the trees are as well. Because if we turn this opacity up, you can see where all the trees are now, which is going to be really helpful when we want to bring our own trees in, because these trees and the quality of this image is not fantastic. So let's lower that back to 15%, and that looks pretty good. However, now we cannot see this green layer below, so I'm going to drop the opacity of this. I'm going to say maybe 80%, see how that looks. And that just brings up a bit more contrast to the drawing, and it shows how that shadow goes from the top to the bottom here. We could drop this a little bit more if we wanted to, if we wanted it to be, you know, a little bit less realistic, a bit more kind of colorful. However, I want to keep it quite subtle, so I might even just go 85% on that one. And as you can see, it creates a pretty big difference by having that green layer below. And you could also play around with the green layer's opacity if you wanted to take out some of the contrast. And so if we drop this to 50% with a white background, you can see that it gets less contrasty. And if we create this as 100% opacity, it's got more vibrancy, more saturation, more color. But I quite like the look of this, so let's move on. That is the base layer done. As you can see, that looks pretty good. The grass texture, I would actually make that a little bit smaller if I were to do this again. That's a good learning experience, and you can always just redo this. This only took, 5 minutes for us. So if you want to make that a little bit smaller, go ahead and do that. But for this example's sake only, then let's move on into the next step, which you can see. If we drop that base layer, we should create a little bit of context and put in the buildings that we need. In the next lesson, you'll learn how to add some site context to your Photoshop site plan by adding in the surrounding buildings. I'll see you there.